Hello YouTube, A7X or Rob Raccoon A7X here with a video I planned on doing for about a year or two now, and I was actually going to do this video in person, but I feel like it's easier to do it as like a PowerPoint presentation like I normally do with my countdown videos. This would be for my top 11 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. For those of you who don't know, I like being different, and 11's my lucky number, so I just try to do top 11 lists. I still need to do my... I'm working on my least favorite archetypes, but right now I can only think of 8. So I was thinking of just doing the video on my 8, but I gotta figure out a way to put other archetypes in there. I may have to put a group of... Like, I'm gonna have to put, I think, types of cards that in there that aren't exactly an archetype, but I mean, they should be. And one of those is Dark Magician. I don't know why you don't consider... I don't know why to many Dark Magician is not considered an archetype. For me, it's considered an archetype, so I'll probably put it in there. Which means I can pretty much do a top 11 list for that. I should have that ready to go in a couple days. And then as a follow-up to this, I'm not going to do my top... I'm not going to do my least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But I'll do my favorite Vanguard cards. And then it wouldn't make sense to do Pokemon cards since it'd be pretty much a favorite Pokemon list, which I've done multiple times already. But anyway, let's get started with number 11, which is my Hombre, Constellar Sombre. Yes, I know that is a very, what should we call it? I know it's a very corny pun and whatnot, but no, love Sombre. I was going to put Pleiades, but I'm like, I have way too many warriors on this list, and Sombre's my Hombre. Plus, I love the artwork on Sombre. The fact that it has a bunch of other Constellars in it is really cool. And just the effect as well can get you out of so many tight situations. It's like, dang it, no more Pleiades. It's like, oh wait, Sombre. Yeah. I've won many games because of using Sombre, and I know a lot of Constellar players could say the same thing. So that's why it gets to number 11. Number 10 on my list should be higher, but keep in mind I do love pretty much all these cards equally except for probably my top 3. But, Gungnir, Dragon of the Ice Spirit, reminds me a lot of Articuno. Although I think Blizzard, Defender of the Ice Barrier, looks a lot more like Articuno, but anyway. I was always a fan of Gungnir. I always said it was the best Ice Barrier. People are like, no, it's Trishula and Brionic, they're so much better. And then when Mermails finally came, I thought people would abuse the crap out of this card, and I don't think we really saw that too much. But hey. I played Ice Barriers for a very long time, loved this card. I liked Dance Princess of the Ice Barrier, and of course the Generals, but I had to go with the Dragon. Number 9 on the list is Cyberblader. I remember when my dad bought me one pack of Elemental Energy when I was younger, which rarely happens. But I remember I pulled a super rare Cyberblader, which I still have to this day, actually. And I remember just loving the artwork on this card. Because, you know, as a kid, I loved all, like, the sci-fi stuff and whatnot, so... I mean, what kid my age didn't, you know? It's obviously such a big fan of Gundam, but anyway. And then, of course, the blue hair. If we know me, I love pretty much almost every character that has blue hair, so that's why she's on this list. Number 8, Water Dragon. I've always been a guy who loves water. Loved swimming in the ocean, swimming in a pool. Riding my bike in the rain, no joke. Just loved water. And then when GX came out, and one of my cousins and I saw Water Dragon, we wanted to get this card so badly. I remember I offered a kid a Blue Eyes White Dragon for a Water Dragon, and he wouldn't trade it, and my cousin gave him crap, and he traded the Water Dragon to my cousin. But if you guys remember, one of my older random openings from, like, when FYE used to sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I got this random thing that came with packs, and I actually did end up pulling a Water Dragon. And yes, I still have that Water Dragon. And I remember my reaction to that video was funny. I'll probably link it in the description below. But that was hilarious. So yeah, obviously Water Dragon gets on the list for that reason. Number 7, whatchamacallit? Heroic Champion Excalibur. Man, when I saw this card, it was awesome. Return of the Duelist was the first sneak peek I went to. Did not win this mat. I actually bought it off my friend AJ, and now I don't have it anymore, sadly. Because I got my Fire Emblem one, and I just wanted to stick with that one. But I really do love this map. Love the artwork on Excalibur with the lightning and everything. He was such a big help to my Equip Warrior deck. I've won duels because of this card, and I've OTK'd, whatchamacallit. I've OTK'd a couple times. And it's very easy to do. You just need obviously clear your opponent's field before you attack with Excalibur, and make sure you have 2 Magnum Shields in your hand, and use Excalibur's effect. Because with Magnum Shield, if a warrior's in attack position, if you equip it to a warrior in attack position, gains attack equal to its defense. Whatchamacallit? Hero Champion Excalibur has 2,000 attack, 2,000 defense. So you put 2 Magnum Shields, it's at 6,000. And then you use Excalibur's effect, and it's at 8,000. So it's really nice. That was always such a fun play I love doing. Sadly, like I said, I don't play the deck anymore, but I am going to rebuild it thanks to Mecha Power Tool. I really should have put Power Tool on this list, but I did not, sadly. But it's okay. Anyway, number 6. I got it cheated here. Or is this number 7? Wait. Yeah, that's what I thought. Number 7. Yeah, I kind of cheated here and put a bunch of equipped cards on here. But, you know, you guys know me. I'm an equipped warrior. Well, no, I guess I'd still consider myself an equipped warrior player because I still have the deck on Dueling Network or not. It's not like I got rid of the deck and just put it aside, but when I was younger, this deck, that was its prime days. The equipped warriors back in the day when we didn't have to worry about synchros and Xyz summonings and a bunch of these cards that like stop the summoning of monsters. Yes, I know Solemn Judgment was there, but it was really hard to get card because it was an ultra rare and I think it was Metal Raiders, so not many people had it. So I would just wreck anybody at my church, except my cousin, with this deck. For some reason the Spellcasters always gave me trouble, and that's why I hate Spellcasters so much. They're like my rival deck, so that's why that's there. But honestly, out of all my favorites, out of all the equips here, if I do have to choose one, it'd probably be Lightning Blade. I've used this card a lot back in the day. Modern times, I'd probably go with Fusion Sword because it can't be destroyed by spells. And then here's Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, which you see it equipped in Guilford the Legend and Warrior Lady of the Wasteland in GX. And then also Valkyrie Knight is wielding this sword in her artwork. Then I use Black Pendant, sort of deep-seated a lot. If you've played Yu-Gi-Oh! Way back in the day, you know how deadly of a card United We Stand was. And Lucky Iron Axe, because it's pretty much the only equipped card that I've used before that's an ultimate rare. I think and that is one of the ultimate rares I did keep when I got rid of most of my ultimate rares. Anyway, number 6 on my list. 7 Swords Warrior. Kind of obvious why it's on here, right? This was my trump card, I guess you could say, in Equip Warriors. Although I think I went into Lightning Warrior a little bit more, but love this guy's effect. Love his artwork. The golden armor. The shields on both his arm guard. His shields, which are on his shoulders, kind of act like his armor, like Spartans or Gundams. It has a very Gundam-like look. That background though, I would have loved to have just 7 Swords Warrior as a playmat. That'd be really cool and awesome. Swords are awesome, his effects awesome. Nothing else more to say. But his effect also helped my Equip Warrior deck a little bit. Now we're going to the top 5. Dragon Master Knight. I was going to put Blue Eyes White Dragon on this list. I was going to put Blackluster Soldier. I'm like, wait, let me just put Dragon Master Knight. When this thing was summoned in the anime, I know we were all like, whoa, that is awesome. And ever since I've wanted the card as a kid, I have gotten it before and they got rid of it. Now I really want to get it again, but come on, it's Blackluster Soldier on Blue Eyes Ultimate. I still don't understand why this card is a dragon, but hey. Konami knows what they're... Most of the time, Konami knows what they're doing. It's like with Dark Magician Girl, Dragon Knight. She's also a dragon. And I'm like, why isn't she a warrior? And this one guy on YouTube told me, well, she would be pretty much irrelevant in the deck because now that she's a dragon, Dark Paladin could get... one of them could get an extra 500 attack. I think it was Dark Paladin. Something with Dark Paladin. But anyway, that's why Dragon Master Knight's on here. And by the way, that Dark Magician Girl Dragon Knight card is the only Dark Magician Girl card I like. Because it reminds me a lot of Fire Emblem. And I do also like Magician's Valkyria, but those are the few spellcasters I actually like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Another one you'll see on this list coming up. It's my number 3, but number 4, Amazonas Paladin. Loved this card as a kid. I don't know why. I really do not know why I loved this card as a kid. I don't think it was because of how revealing she is and whatnot. I just don't know. It just has that nostalgic factor, I guess, for me right now. But I remember I've always wanted this card as holographic. And thank you, Joey's World, because I finally got that wish. I'm actually collecting these. Alrighty. My number 3, like I said, the only other spellcaster I like, other than Dance Princess of the Ice Barrier, and I think there are a couple other area, whether it's the Water Charmer, Familiar Possessed, or Raging. Love this card so much. Reminds me a lot of Erica from Fire Emblem. You guys know how much of a big Fire Emblem fan I am, and especially Erica as a character. So, yes, and pretty much anything that has to deal with water, I'll fall in love with. And I'm just surprised I never made a Gishki deck. I always meant to, but I feel like, you know, since they kept getting hit on the ban list, well, certain cards would get hit on the ban list, I didn't really make the deck, plus... and plus I had ice barriers for the longest time, so I didn't want to have 2 water decks. But I was going to put one of the older water cards in here, because I did use a water deck for the longest time in Yu-Gi-Oh! Before Equip Warriors were a thing, but I put Water Dragon on there. That's good enough, right? Anyway, my number 1 and my number 2 should be obvious to you guys. Number 2 is Warrior Lady of the Wasteland, and I'm actually considering using the same picture as a playmat, because I really don't have any editing software, and although I'd love to put her, my number 1, 7 Swords Warrior, and a bunch of other Equip Warrior cards in here, I don't know how to do it. But, once again, I just love the artwork on this card and whatnot. Blonde hair, the cowboy-like hat, the ripped up cape, which is awesome. The boots. And yeah, I know she's a little revealing, but there are a lot more revealing characters out there in Yu-Gi-Oh! And once again, she does remind me a little bit of Fire Emblem and all like fantasy anime. Like, she also has that like anime like look to her. But my number 1 should be obvious to all of you. Guilford the Legend, my boss card back in the day. I freaking love this card. He just looks like a boss. His effect was awesome, and this card was deadly back in the day. Now, not so much, but there's my list. I know I'm like rushing it here, but I only have 10 seconds left. So thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe, Let me know your favorite cards in the description below and what you think of this list, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, YouTube.